Hello, my name's Amy and I'm one of the growers here at Mawr Market Garden, and I am coming to you from the shade at the bottom of the hill. I've sort of tucked myself in amongst the trees because it is another really hot day. I think we're on high 20s, so it is way too hot for me to be talking to you from the market garden. I have taken some little videos, so I'll overlay these as I chat. Yeah, my hope was to kind of give you a little bit of a sort of a quick tour each week, or sort of maybe like a little spotlight on some of the sort of stories from what we're growing. I've been thinking a lot about how we can bring you along. I just think it's really important, or it's really important to me anyway, to sort of for people to like understand how their food is grown, where is their food coming from. And yeah, I'm not one for writing text, I'm going to try with the newsletters a little bit, but I feel like I struggle to really, I don't know, sort of bring the passion and bring the story to light, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep these really short, and maybe we'll have like a short one and then a longer one. But for now, let's start short. There's a few stories that I kind of wanted to highlight this week. The most important one is the tomatoes. We have ripe tomatoes and we're feeling pretty confident that we can give everybody tomatoes this week, which is amazing. We've been enjoying them for a week or so, which I feel a bit guilty about. It's sort of, yeah, but I suppose that's the perks of being the gardener, isn't it? But yeah, we have got, I checked, 14 different varieties across cherries, salads, beefsteak varieties as well. We prioritise, obviously we want these to be productive plants, but we do prioritise for flavour. Like we want, if we're kind of going to all of this effort to sort of, enjoy local seasonal food, it should be the best it can be. So we would love your feedback about which of the varieties that you find are your favourites over the coming weeks. Yeah, the tomatoes are a lot of work. It takes up a lot of time and attention. Everything from kind of starting them off in the nursery and sort of, trying to control temperature and light and all of these conditions, trying to avoid frost damage. And now that they're like fully mature plants, we are in there, twice a week having to pinch them out, trellis them, and now it's going to be twice a week harvesting them as well. So it's a lot of work, but yeah, it's one of our favourites. Like it's just so good. So yeah, hope that you enjoy the tomatoes this week as well. The other story, and I'll try and not get too carried away with kind of everything adjacent to it. The other story that I wanted to bring you in on was the aubergines. So we'll be picking a decent harvest of them this week. I don't think it's going to be for everyone. So what we'll do, and we'll kind of do this with a few different crops, is sort of one set of people will get aubergines one week and then they'll get it, and then a different group will get it the week after, and we'll kind of swap those things around. So it might be aubergines versus peppers, or yeah, that's kind of the main things. So yeah, don't worry if you don't get aubergines in your box this week. You'll be kind of first in line the week after. But yeah, the aubergine plants are so happy. I've sort of, yeah, we've never had that much luck with aubergines, so this is just so good to see. I wanted to kind of just highlight a story about interplanting, because we have two different examples of interplanting with our aubergines. One bed has not worked very well. We've tried to put them in with beetroot, but the beetroot plants were already quite established when we put the aubergines in, and what's happened is that the beetroot leaves got much taller than the aubergine, and so they're basically shading them out too much. So you'll see from the clip, like the plants are just tiny. So we won't do that one again, or we'll look at the timing so that we can kind of yeah, allow the aubergine to get a little bit taller. But the one that has worked that we're excited about is aubergine with spring onion. So spring onion is a really great crop for us in terms of opportunities to interplant, because it kind of just grows very upwards. We kind of sow them in clumps and then transplant them, and so they can kind of just go in lots of different gaps. So what we've done here is planted them sort of on the edge, well, just one edge of the aubergine bed, and those two plants haven't impacted each other at all. And in fact, what kind of one of the big benefits of looking for these opportunities to interplant is what's happening under the soil, or in the soil. So the sort of, we're still learning about everything about soil health, but kind of one rule of thumb that we're practicing, or figuring out how to practice, is trying to get 2 or 3 different plant families growing within the same bed. And what happens is that you can create effectively like a symbiotic relationship. These different roots have different relationships with different microbes, bacteria, fungi, and so what you can kind of create is a much more complex sort of biodiversity. Maybe I'll get Matt to sort of give us a bit more of a science lesson on this. This isn't my forte, but yeah, those plants are done really, really well. So we're hopefully going to be picking spring onions for everybody this week. Right, I promised this was going to be short, so I think I'm going to stop there. Oh no, there was one last thing. I just wanted to introduce again the Wazontle, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right. It is from Mexico. Yeah, let's try Wazontle. Or Aztec broccoli, that's easier to say. So yeah, I shared it in last week's newsletter, but we've had a few new sign-ups this week, so I just want to mention it again now. So it is this luscious plant. It's huge. I think it's as tall as me. I'm 5'5". Huge plant. It should stay strong all through summer. So it's a really great crop for us in terms of getting something that is kind of a little bit like having sprouting broccoli. I mean, kind of, yeah, that's sort of the gap that we're filling it with, and it will just keep on going. Or at least that's what they say. It's the first time we're growing it, and we found it really easy to actually put into our meals in the kitchen. It's got a very mild flavour, so it's sort of it's not opinionated, it's not bitter, and it doesn't take a lot of cooking. If you go for something that's like a quick cook, so like if you just wanted to fry it, we would recommend like pinching the bits off and sort of taking it off the kind of the main stemmy bit, because the stemmy bit takes a little bit more cooking. So we would say pinch off those little bits, and yeah, just experiment, and then fry that up. But if you wanted to eat the whole thing, then we would recommend just steaming or boiling it. So you could like chop it up and throw it in. Matt's just thrown it in like pasta water before, in the last couple of minutes. So yeah, you'll be getting it every other week, every 3 weeks during the summer. So lots of opportunities to experiment. As I say, really mild flavour. It's kind of spinachy. People say it's asparagus-y, but I don't know. I'm not sure. You let me know what you think, and if you, I suppose we can kind of share recipes with each other. So if there's sort of a way that you've really enjoyed, or a combination with something else, then I can then feed that back to everybody else. Right, I think that is it for this week. I really appreciate your feedback. If this is a format that kind of you would appreciate, it won't be for everybody, that's fine, but I will endeavour to make them short so that you can kind of just watch it with a cup of tea, but yeah, I kind of just want to bring you along with the story of how your food is being grown, and I suppose who is growing your food, where your food is being grown, and the impact that your choice to support us is having on the world. All right, thank you. And yeah, look after yourselves in this hot weather, and I hope you enjoy your veg this week. Take care.